Assalamualaikum. I will explain to you step by step to write a welding qualification record WQR with referencing to ASME Section 9. WQR is an important document that keeps the qualification record of a welding performance qualification. You can check out my previous video about welding performance qualification from the link at the top right corner. Before we even started, I highly recommend to you to take screenshots on all necessary tables from ASME 9 that we will use to write WQR and save them as a picture. This is to eliminate all hassle of flipping this thick document. Well, the tables that we will use for this activity are QW416, QW463.1, QW452.1A, QW452.1B, QW452.3, and QW461.9. Now let's take a look first at the WQR template. There are 4 general sections in a WQR. The first one is the general information. The second is the most important section, which is the essential variables, actual values, and range qualified. Actual values are the values used during qualification, and range qualified is the values that the welder qualified to weld. Then the test results and some administrative informations. There are 2 situations in a performance qualification. The first one being the situation where the welder is the person who weld the test coupon for procedure qualification, and the actual value of variables will be taken directly from the PQR. The second situation is where the welder weld the test coupon using variables from a qualified WPS, and thus the value of variables will be somewhat taken from the WPS. In my example here, I will be taking the first situation, thus the variables that I'm using here will be taken from a PQR. With that being said, I have to assume that the procedure qualification is passed. Okay, this is the PQR that I'm referring to. Right. Okay, let's start it. Okay, so the first part here, you have to fill up the welder's name. Okay, and all this information we will refer to the corresponding PQR, which is this one. So in the PQR, the welder's name is in the second page. So the welder's name is Anton Shiger. Okay, and the WPS number, identification of WPS followed by welder during welding of test coupon. Okay, so since we are assuming that the procedure is qualified, then we know that there is already a qualified WPS. Alright, so the qualified WPS number is written in the PQR, this one, right? So the number is WPS/TTL/01. Just copy it, put it here. And WP registration number is the same number with the WPS number. Okay, and then we have here base metals. Alright, take a look at the PQR. Okay, we look at the joint design. Okay, we have T1 and T2. Okay, and under base metal QW403, material type is SA106, SA106 grade B carbon steel pipe. Just one material here, so we know that the T1 and T2 are the same material, and the pin number is pin number 1. Okay, so in the WQR we write here what pin number to what pin number. Okay, so it's so since we know that it's pin number 1, it's P number 1 1 to P number 1, right? And the thickness, simply take from here. T1 and T2 are the same thickness, 10.97. Okay, coupon thickness 10.97 mm. Alright. Okay, here, okay, there are two check boxes here: test coupon or production weld. Okay, so this WQR qualification is using test coupon, it's not production weld, so we tick here, right? Alright, and then we goes to the test condition and qualification limits, which is the essential variables. Right, the first one, welding process use, and then second one is type of welding, manual or semi-automatic. Right, so welding process, okay, here from PQR it's small and type is manual. Okay, so it's small, capital letter, and type is manual. Okay, so this is the actual values, means that the welder using the small process during the qualification. So what is the range qualified? So range qualified is the same, automatically he qualified to use small process, and the type of welding is manual. Okay, alright, then goes to the base metal, P or S number. Okay, for this section, for this base metal, we will use table QW423.1. okay, QW423.1, this one, right? Okay, this table tells basically when a base metal shown in the left column is used for welder qualification, then the welder is qualified to weld all combination of base metal shown in the right column. Alright, so in my example, the pin number is pin number 1. Alright, so we check out the table again. Okay, so base metal for welder qualification is the first line here. Okay, pin number 1 through blah 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 blah, and then he will be qualified to weld pin number 1 through pin number blah 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 blah. Okay, so this means that what we have to write in our WQR is P number 1. Okay, pin number 1 is welded to P number 1. Okay, so this is the actual values. So range qualified, P number 1 to P number 1. Okay, so this welder, he weld P number 1 material to P number 1 material, and he is qualified to weld pin number 1 to P number 1 material. Okay, we have two check box here, plate or pipe, and enter diameter if pipe or tube. Okay, what WQR asking here is, if the coupon is a plate, we may ignore this item. Okay, but if it's a pipe, then we need to find out what is the qualified diameter range. Let's take a look at the PQR. If during the qualification the welder weld the test coupon with this diameter, 6-inch outer diameter, then what range of diameter does he qualify? For this section, we will refer to table QW452.3. 452.3. Let's check 452.3. Okay, this is my 452.3. Groove weld diameter limits. On the left hand side shows the test coupon diameter during the qualification, and at the right hand side is the diameter range that the welder qualified. Okay, so in my example, the diameter is 6-inch. so it lies here. Okay, thus the outside diameter qualified is minimum to 7/8 inch to unlimited. Okay, so we will write this in the WQR. Okay, actual values is 6 inch, and qualified range is to 7/8 to unlimited. So we put here the units inch. Okay, now we have backing, metal double welded. Okay, so in the PQR, the test coupon was welded without backing. Okay, see cross in this box here. But for range qualified, no backing, without backing. But for range qualified, the welder is qualified for both with and without backing. Okay. Now we go to filler metal or electrode specification, SFA. Okay. Check out PQR. Here, filler metals. Okay, we have two type of filler here. Okay, SFA specification A5.1 for root pass and A5.1 as well for hot fill and cap. Okay, and the AWS specification is E7016 for root pass and E7018 for hot fill and cap. Okay, goes to WQR. Okay, SFA is A5.1. This is how we write it down. Space A5.1 as well. Okay, and for electrode classification, E7016 and E7018. Okay, this is the case where multiple type of electrode use. You have to write it like this, a blah 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 and space, and the same goes to here. Okay, for range qualified, you don't have to fill up the range qualified for SFA number and electrode classification because they are not the essential variables for welders. Okay, and then we have filler metal or electrode F number. Okay, this is the F number. Check from the PQR. Filler metal F number is F number 4 for root pass and F number 4 as well for hot fill and cap. F number 4, both F number 4. Okay, F number 4 and F number 4. Okay, and range qualified is the same F number. Okay, correction here, F number 4. Okay, for range qualified, F number 4 as well. Okay, filler type, solid metal or flux core powder. This is only for Jitao or PAO, if any. So my process is small, so I just put dash here. And consumable insert for Jitao or PAO, if any. So my process is small again, so I just ignore this one. And then we goes to deposit thickness for each process of electrode type or electrode type. Okay, so deposit thickness, you have to check in the PQR at weld metal thickness. Okay, this is the small t. It is 10.97 millimeter. Okay, this is the actual value, and for the range qualified, you will have to refer to table QW452.1. Okay, thickness of weld metal qualified. Okay, so 10.97 mm is still under 13 mm. Okay, check out these two. The first line here is all, stands for all thickness of weld metal, and the second line is half an inch or 13 mm and over with a minimum of 3 layers. Okay, in my example, the thickness of weld metal is 10.97, thus it's still under 13 mm, so we will be using this one, the first one, which represent all weld metal thickness under 13 mm. So the range qualified is 2 times T, okay, where when T is 10.97. Open up the calculator. 10.97 times 2, so it's 21.94. Go to the WQR. Okay, so the actual values is 10.97 and the qualified value is 21.94 mm. Okay, now we have a process or electrode number 1, whether or not it 3 layers minimum. Okay, so we have process / electrode number 1. So this is how many layers deposited. We check from our PQR. It's in the second page under electrical characteristic, right? So the first electrode is E7016, just for root pass only, so it's only 1 layer, right? So we put here process small, 3 layers minimum, no. Okay, and for process 2 is also small, 3 layers minimum. Is it 3 layers? Yes, because see here E7016 and from hot pass until capping, right? 4 layers, so it's yes, 3 layers minimum, yes. Okay, now we goes to welding position. Okay, we check in the PQR. Welding position of groove is 6G during qualification. Okay, for range qualified, you must refer to table 461.9. 461.9. This one. Performance qualification, position and diameter limitation. Okay. In the table, on the left hand side is the weld type of test coupon, and on the right hand side are the position and type weld the welder qualified according to the diameter of the test coupon. Okay, in my example, the weld type is pipe groove, right? Because it has diameter of 6 inch. It is less than 24 inch here. Okay, pipe less than 24 inch outer diameter. So we are using this column here. Okay, so we will see where does it cross. Okay, pipe groove. The position used during qualification is 6G. Okay, move our cursor. The position qualified is all position. Okay, so we type in our PQR. Actual values is 6G and qualified values is all position. Okay, so I will give you another example for this welding position, how to check for the qualified value. Okay, let's say the test coupon was a plate groove weld. Okay, here plate groove weld, and it was welded with 2G position during the qualification. 2G position here. Check at the plate column here. Okay, you see here plate, right? It says here, okay, from 2G it cross here F and H. F stands for flat position and H is horizontal position. You can check the notes here. Okay, F is for flat and H is for horizontal. Okay, thus the range qualified for plate groove weld with 2G position during the qualification is flat and horizontal position. Okay, right. Then we goes to vertical progression. Okay, PQR. In my PQR, I just mentioned here. Okay, in my PQR, it's uphill. Okay. Uphill. So the qualified range is uphill as well. Okay. And then we have fuel gas for oxy-fuel or inert gas packing for Jitao, Pau or Jimao. So mine is Mao. So just put dash here. Okay. Transfer mode for Jimao only, not related to my example. And then Jitao current type or polarity. Okay, whether it's straight polarity or reverse polarity. Okay, my example is Mao. Doesn't matter because for SMAO current polarity is not essential variables. We actually can check in table QW416, right? QW416. Okay, this is the welding variables for welder performance. Okay, for example, as I mentioned just now, for in electrical characteristic, okay, current polarity is not an essential variable for all type of welding except for Jitao. Okay, see here. Okay, so cross here means essential variable for that particular process, right? Okay, so I've just put dash here. Okay, now we goes to the result section. Okay, visual examination. Okay, so since we are assuming that the test is a pass, so we put here pass. Tech weld dash. Okay, so here is dash 2, length and number is a dash 2. Root pass, describe discontinuity if unacceptable, so it is acceptable. Okay, completed weld, describe defect if unacceptable, so it is acceptable, so put dash there. Okay. Okay, for bend test, right? So my example, the welder's qualification is using bend test, not volumetric examination. But what type of bend test? Because we have here transverse, root and face, longitudinal, root and face, and side bend, right? You have to check in table QW 452.1a. 452.1a, test specimens. Okay, in this case the real test should all be done prior to writing the WQR, but let's check what are the tests required for this activity. For my example here, the thickness of the weld metal, this is small t here, thickness of a metal. For my example here, the thickness of the weld metal, small t, is 10.97 mm. So it lies here, in between here, second line. Thus, the test specimen required is 2 side bend. Okay, 2 side bend. So see note 3 here. Okay, underneath here, note 3 saying that one face and root bend may be substituted for 2 side bend. Okay, meaning that these 2 side bend specimens may also be replaced with 1 face bend and 1 root bend. It is an option given in circumstance where there is limitation in preparing specimen or during testing. So we put here, so we check the box, sideband, to sideband. Okay, in this activity we are assuming that all specimens has passed the test with the result satisfactory, no divisible defect. So type here we put in sideband. We have two samples, sideband. Okay, result is satisfactory, no visible defects. Okay, copy this. Okay, alright, so now here for alternative qualification of groove weld by volumetric examination. So so my example, I'm not using volumetric. Okay, volumetric examination is an option beside the sideband. Okay, so we don't have the result. Let's put dash here, dash, 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 dash. Other test, dash. Okay, now we are at record information. Okay, I had pre-filled all information here except for film and specimens evaluated by. For my students, I want you to put your name, your full name here. Okay, full name. For example, my name is Muhammad Azlan. Okay, and the company name, please check from your PQR. Okay, mine is Texaco Technology Limited. Let's put here, copy. Okay, we have finished our activity writing the welder qualification record, right? So for my students, what you need to do, please save as this document, because you will send out to me and you will send out to me for assessment. So WQR template, okay, space your full name. For example, my name is Muhammad Azlan. Okay, and save it. And thank you for watching.